Okay, so for my concealer today, this is the Wet n Wild Incognito Concealer. I have a separate review on this already if you haven't seen it, but I've been really liking it, and for a concealer that costs $3.99, it's really nice. It's impressive. So I still have some eyeliner. I don't know why, but I still have some eyeliner left over on my eyes, so I guess I didn't take it off correctly because it's still there. Okay, so since this foundation is really dark, like I'm feeling really tan on my face right now, and my neck just doesn't match, but it's okay. So I'm using the JCat Beauty Aquasurance powder. This is their compact, it's supposed to be like a powder foundation. I believe I have 2 shades of this if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna have to look in my stash, but this is the one I have on my desk. This one is in soft tan. And this is meant to be just a powder foundation on its own. I haven't really quite worn this too much to like form an opinion. I may have used this once or twice, and I haven't really used this as on its own as a powder foundation, so I can't really tell you if it's a good powder foundation. But since this product didn't really have that good a coverage, I figured I could top it off with this powder. I have an upcoming haul with all the products that I purchased from CVS. So it's like a collective haul. So this is one of them. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is not new. This has been around for a while, but this is my first time trying this out. This is brand spanking new, but I believe I picked it up because my intention was to do a full face of Maybelline products, which I will still do. That's why, because then when I started, I filmed one a few weeks ago, and I attempted filming one, but I didn't have a Maybelline bronzer. At some point in my makeup hoarding life, I did have a Maybelline palette with the bronzer, blush, and highlight, and I think I decluttered it. It might have made it to my last year's declutter. If you haven't seen my declutter series, I think it's probably one of those things that I got rid of. So when I looked, I didn't have one, but this shade that I got is, I believe this is the darkest one. This is in shade 300, and now I'm just looking at the pan. This looks really orange, so we shall see. I'm already looking orange because of that foundation, so we shall see how. Yep, definitely orange. Not a good shade for me. I'm feeling like I'm Oompa Loompa now, so, but you know what? I'm just gonna roll with that. Foundation was too orange, now this bronzer is too orange, but I'm not a quitter. We're gonna keep going. Let's see what this final look looks like, but we're just gonna go with it. I might go grab another bronzer to see what that would look like, but oh my god. I'm orange and a half. Orange and a half. I'm gonna try to fix my nose because that nose is so orange. I'm just powdering it a little bit to calm it down a little bit. Well, that kind of fixed it. So, okay, so we're not really gonna do like contour because my face is already really pretty dark, and that I didn't choose a contour shade, so we're just gonna move on to blush. Okay, so for blush today, I chose the putty blushes from e.l.f. and if you guys know these blushes, they don't have the label on them, so I actually cut out mine because I'm that dedicated to it. So I cut out the thing from the packaging and I stuck them in there. I glued them in there so it stays there forever. So the one I chose for the day is Bali, so we're just gonna put that in. And you guys are probably wondering, why are you putting blush on already? I usually do my eyes and then the blush goes in last to see, like when I chose the color, to see if it matched the eye. But since I chose the blush first, we're putting the blush and then we're gonna try to match the eyes with the blush. We're just gonna roll with it. This is a really nice shade, especially this is gonna be really pretty like once I'm darker too, once I get more sun. because it's like a really nice like sun-kissed color. It's a terracotta and it's very pigmented. So I'm just using a stippling brush. This one is from Coastal Scents. This is my favorite stippling brush because it's smaller. A lot of stippling brushes are a little bit bigger, but this one is actually like tapered and it's a lot smaller. So it really fits for my cheek area and it's not pokey at all. And I've had some stippling brushes that are like pokey. This one's really soft. The name is called BRCS26. I will link it in the description box if they still make it. I've had this brush for a while, so I don't really know. Okay, so now that we've finished with blush, we're gonna go with highlight. And I have the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter right on my vanity, so we're just gonna go ahead and use that because I didn't really pick out a new one. I don't know if I picked up a new highlighter from the drugstore. The only thing I picked up are the new blushes. I did pick up the blush, the cream blush from Milani, and I have to use that on my face yet, so that will be coming up in a future video. But for now, since I have this, and this is my favorite, it smells good, it looks good on the skin, so there's that. So for my eyebrows today, I'm just using the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow Micro Brow Pencil. I did pick up the one that's like triangle shaped, so I have yet to try that one out, but this one is my favorite. This one and the e.l.f. one is my favorite drugstore one because they're inexpensive and I think they work really well. So I have this one in the shade, I hate these things because you can't see. The thing is so tiny. Ultimate Brow, I'm not really sure what the color is. It's not in here. I'm pretty sure this one's either dark brown or brunette. I believe the brunette one leaned a little too red, so I'm pretty sure this one is just like, I think it's like black brown or dark brown. So I'm just gonna fill that in. So I have a little bit of tiny redness. I have a little tiny psoriasis flare on my neck right now because I'm not supposed to be eating gluten because it does trigger my psoriasis, but my husband and I decided I wanted Popeyes. So I've been eating Popeyes, and we usually buy the the family meal. So we still have quite a bit of leftovers, and it's like, I don't know how many chickens is in there, but there's a few in there. So I think we have today to finish it off, and then I can be back to not eat any gluten. I try not to eat too much of it. I try to pick off the skin because that's mainly where, from the breading is where the gluten is. So I try to like pick it off, but sometimes that crunchiness is really good, you know? So okay, so my eyebrows are kind of looking like a mess. So to set everything, I'm just using the NYX Ultimate Brow Glue. And I have like a love-hate relationship with this. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I don't know. So I'm not even gonna attempt to like try to freeze my eyebrows up because I feel like it just doesn't work. I just have one of those eyebrows that they just don't want to stay up, you know? And they're just like trained to go down. So I try to do this, and then I take my brow pencil and then I try to hold it in there to see if it would stay. It would stay for like a little bit and then it would come down. So I just roll that up there just to kind of stick it. And I just don't like the feeling of it sticking to my brows. I don't know. But we're attempting that today. We're not really going anywhere to see what it looks like, so it's kind of stuck there. And I don't like running my brow pencil over my brow if I already set my eyebrows, you know, but sometimes it's necessary because when you put the brow product, it does wipe off some of that brow pencil, which is really annoying. And just to clean up a little bit, I can't use this one. Since this is not drugstore, we're gonna try to keep it drugstore, so I'm using the Ultimate Brow Highlighter. This works fine. I just find that the Benefit one is a lot creamier and it's really easy to use, like with my finger, to like blend out with my finger, but this one's pretty darn good too for how much it is compared to the Benefit one. So this one is Wet n Wild again. And then we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So to prime my eyelids, I'm just pulling out my Milani eyeshadow primer. It's been a while since I've used this. I've been using my Fenty one that I got from my BoxyCharm pop-up. And that one's a really sticky primer. This one's just a kind of like a regular primer. If you were to ask me what my favorite primer is from the drugstore, it's the Maybelline one. I need to purchase a new one. But I think I already have a backup of it, so I just need to get my life together and actually look through my stash, because I'm pretty sure I already have a backup of the Maybelline liner that's my favorite, so... Okay, so I have two eyeshadow palettes in here. We're attempting for spring. This is the newer palettes from Wet n Wild. They're 5-pan eyeshadows. I got these ones at Target. I believe they're readily available anywhere now. I actually filmed a video already with this one right here, which is... Okay, so I'm annoyed because they had the name with the seal on here, and I peeled off mine when I took off the label, so I don't know the names of them. But since I already filmed one, that will be in a future, like, get ready with me video. I already filmed this, so I'm gonna use this one right here, and it has very springy colors. So, and again, I don't know the name, but I'll look it up on the website and I'll put it down here on the info box as well. So this is what we're gonna use today. And it's not going to be very complicated. I'm just going to wing it and see what I come up with. So to begin my eyeshadow, I always set my primer. I know there's the person that doesn't set their eye primer, and then there's the person that's me. I always set it. So this one doesn't have like a matte white or like beige color, so I'm just going to use the face powder that I used today, which is the J-Cat, and I'm just going to set everything with there. It just makes everything blend better, and it just makes, I don't know, I just like, it's just one of those things I've just been doing, so I always set it. And I feel like if I don't do that step, I feel like just my eyeshadows don't sit well, they don't blend well, and they just get patchy. I don't know, it's issues. But first I'm going to take this guy right here, which is kind of like a mustard brown color, which is actually really pretty. So I think we're gonna keep this theme since I'm wearing like a yellow shirt. I think that's what we're gonna go for. Because I'm keeping it simple, I'm just gonna go ahead and start with the lid color, which is the lightest shade, which is this guy right here, and I'm just gonna apply that all over my lid. Okay, this brush sucks and it's not picking up color, so I'll use another brush. Your tools can definitely make or break your makeup, especially eye brushes, so I'm very picky with mine. And this one right here is from Luna Magic. If you're part of BoxyCharm, they usually have this in their pop-up, and last time it was on pop-up, it was $4 for the set, and I bought like 3 because I like this small yellow one for my eyeshadow. I think it picks up color, it's not scratchy at all, and I think it's really nice. And honestly, I just got it for this shadow, and it's $4, and you get 4 additional brushes, and I think that's awesome. Okay, so there's that. I think I'm going to add the copper. I'm going to add the copper shade. I think I'm going to add it to the outer half of my lid, and then we're gonna blend it out with the reddish brown matte shade that's in this palette. Okay, so for my lower lash line, since I'm trying to use all the colors, I'm actually going to use this one, which is kind of like a golden antique gold color. And I'm going to put it right there. And I don't know why, but every time I put anything under my like concealer or color under there, you make like the ugliest faces. You're just like, I don't know. So I'll try to have a neutral face right now, and that's very hard because I always have to pull it. See? Like, I don't know why. Why do we have to do this? But we do. But I'll try to put it in when not doing that face to see like if it looks fine. Like, you know, this is necessary because it makes me blink more. That's why. It's kind of lackluster on the lid, but let's see if I use okay, that performed way better. So use your fingers if you are not happy with the shades, because I feel like I put like 3 layers of that color and it just was not impressing me. But now that I put it on with my fingers, I see color better, and now I have to clean that up because it's all over. Now I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. I'm gonna take that brick red brown color and I'm just going to take it on a different brush, and I'm just going to apply that on the crease area, and just to kind of blend everything together. This is my favorite eyeshadow for just kind of like my crease area, because if you can see that, it's not completely flat. This is the large shadow brush from Sonia Kashuk. Are the newer Sonia Kashuk brushes. I'm not sure. I've had this one since it's like she premiered with just having brushes instead of makeup in her line. So I'm not sure if this is still available, but I feel like you can still find like a variation of this. But it's very, very soft, and it's just perfect kind of depositing color on my crease with just the shape of it. And instead of like an actual rounded blending brush which kind of blows up all the color, if I want to just kind of define this area, this brush is just perfect for that, so it doesn't kind of get color everywhere and it muddles everything, you know. Okay, so now that's done, I'm just gonna take my brush and then just kind of clean up everything. Okay, since most of this is done, I'm just going to take that mustard brown color again, which is this one right here. I'm just going to just put this on the outer corner. I feel like my looks are not the same if I don't do this step. I feel like it's just, I don't know, maybe it's because of my eye shape, but I just like having that color in the outer corner to just smoke everything out so you can see the difference. I don't know. It just completes it. Okay. And I really need to clean this brush, but this is just the Fenty number 230 blending brush. So this is really, really soft because it's synthetic bristles, so it's really nice. So I'm just gonna clean everything up and just blend up, not blend down, to clean everything, just so we have clean base. The amount of brushes I use for eye makeup, it's a little bit much, but my favorite part of makeup is eyeshadow. I know some people's are different, but me, I love eyeshadow, and that's why I love my makeup brush. I love my eye makeup brushes, and I'm very picky about them. Okay, so that is pretty much it for this look. I'm just gonna go line my eyes, and I've been loving, if you have seen my favorites video, but this is the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner. That is quite a mouthful, so I'm gonna use a hand mirror for this because I can't lean in too much. It's really nice. It's very similar to Kat Von D's Trooper eyeliner, and I just love this thing, and it's very inexpensive. It's also one of my things. I always line my eyes with liquid liner. I don't know, I just feel like it just does not complete my eye if I don't do liquid liner. So there's one done, that one's not done. And since this is a filming day, I would normally just skip this step, but I'm gonna wear lashes. This is the Ardell Foam Inks, which are my favorite from the drugstore. This one is not shade. This one is, the model number is 814. I really want to try the Kiss Lash Glue Thingamabobbers, but I have this one from Velour that I bought from Sephora, which is like a liner and glue combo. I don't find that it's the best thing ever, especially if you're not familiar with a liquid liner, but since I like my liquid liner, I'm used to this, and it's actually not bad. So you basically line your eyes with the glue and you just stick on the lashes. But my only thing is like you can't really predict how much you actually put in. So I don't know if I'm putting enough for the lash to stick on. So that's my only thing with this thing. Because with the lash glue, like you put it on the band and you know like how much you're putting on, if it's enough for the lashes to stick on. But this one, it's a little bit hard, so you kind of have to play with it. But I'm gonna do it double, so I'm gonna try to put it on the actual lashes. It looks like I've already worn this, so it's a bit dirty, but we're just gonna go with it. Hopefully these ones stick. Okay, so that double plan seemed to have worked because it stuck there pretty good. So I have yet to put mascara on, so I'll wait till that dries. And one thing too, that's why I don't really like using this compared to just a regular lash glue, is that if you smudge this anywhere, it's very difficult to remove because the glue and the tint together is kind of a nightmare to scrub off. So that's one of the things. I mean, the idea of it is you know, good, but when you're used to using actual lash glue, like this is a little bit more high maintenance, I feel like. Okay, these are not sticking on my inner corner very well. So I'm kind of annoyed. So okay, I had to whip out my regular glue because that liner glue was not cutting it. So anyways, I fixed it to the best of my ability, so it's okay. You know, sometimes if you don't put your lashes correctly, it just makes your eyes look weird. That's kind of the situation right now, but we're just gonna roll with it. So since we're doing a springy look, I'm using the Colorstay Satin Ink. This one is in Silky Sienna. This is the brighter of the three that I own, which is really pretty. If you haven't tried the formula of the Colorstay Satin. Every time I mention this, I always say Superstay, which is like the Maybelline, you know, but this is rough. So I always try to put a balm underneath first to make it more comfortable. So this is my completed face. If you made it to the very end of this video, thank you for watching and hanging out with me today. Some of these products that I'm wearing today is a first impression, especially that Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation, which is not the shade for my face right now. I'm feeling really tan with my neck looking really pale, but for the most part, I feel like the look came together. I like these Wet n Wild eyeshadows. I think they're really, really pretty. And the Colorstay Satin Inks are really nice. And the putty blushes from e.l.f. as well. That City Bronzer from Maybelline. It's a little too orange for me, okay? This is really, really orange. This is shade 300 and it's like Oompa Loompa orange. So I definitely should have checked out the other color. But I think the lighter colors on these were a little too light for my skin tone. So I just did not pick the right shade for me, but for the most part, I think this is what it looks like. Let me know what you guys think of the final look. Thank you again for watching and hanging out with me, and let me know if you guys have any further requests. I have a haul coming up with all the drugstore products that I've been accumulating, so that will be coming up in a future video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you guys found this helpful, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!